Hey guys, JewWario. Now I know a lot of you may know about Justin Carmical, better known as JewWario, passed away. The cause of it was he committed suicide. Now I'm not gonna use this time to talk about like how great of a guy and how great of a career he had, because I'll be honest with you, I've only known of JewWario through watching that guy with the glasses anniversary movies. You know, the ones like Suburban Nights, Kick-Assia, To Boldly Flee, and if I remember correctly, probably the first one that had that brawl. You know what I mean? But that's the only time I've known of him, and I'll say he is very entertaining. There were moments he made me laugh, especially when he was Jarrett, played as Jarrett for the Suburban Nights thing, you know, the Goblin King from Labyrinth and stuff like that. It was very funny. But anyway, what I really want to talk about is suicides. And how so unpredictable they are. They're very unpredictable, very unexpected, and sometimes at random. That sometimes you never know the person you know very well, or the person you're very close to, is gonna end their own life. The thing I also want to mention about why I'm saying about, you know, you never know who's gonna kill themselves and stuff like, or hurt themselves, is I was watching Doug Walker's video about Justin Carmical, and what really stood out to me is the fact that he said that, you know, it was a big surprise that they never saw this coming. And I can see why. When he showed a video package, a video tribute to Justin Carmical, I can see why he would feel like, you know, this is so unexpected. When you look at this man, and this is not the times where he was playing JewWario, we were seeing footage of him behind the scenes being himself. And you would never think of a guy like that, who has so much life into his smile, who pretty much, like what Doug Walker said, he was more than willing to try to make people happy when he knows that they're very depressed. I would be shocked too, of like, how can a guy like that hurt himself and end his life? He didn't seem like he had depression. And most leading causes of suicide is deep depression. And then when I watched that video, and I remember what Doug Walker said, and I even saw clips of how Angry Joe felt, and he felt the same way. It was so unexpected. Now, what this reminded me of an episode in House. On the 5th season, there was a doctor by the name of Dr. Lawrence Kuttner, and I actually liked the character because he was actually part of the diagnostic team of House, of Gregory House's team. And I thought of that character as like, this guy's good. You know what I mean? I actually was very entertained with him. And then one episode where I was saying, oh, he was late and stuff like that, didn't show up to work, and then they went to his house and they found him dead. And the one thing that I felt that with that, how the episode handled that, and I felt that the episode handled it very well, was the fact that they didn't really explain why he killed himself. Because we can look at him and say, well, he didn't seem like he had any depression at all. But I guess there are a lot of things that are more than meets the eye. There are things that are more than meets the eye of how a person is really feeling. Now, what I'm trying to get at is, if you're a person who has deep depression or feel hopeless, don't hesitate to go and ask for help. don't hesitate to reach out to a friend, a family member, to talk about what you're feeling. Because the more you hold in your emotions that are hurting you and painful, it does build up to the point that it could lead to you hurting yourself, hurting someone else, or even ending your own life. And yes, I know that there are people out there, even myself, I have depression too. I go to counseling, and I also take medication for it. To many people, they think it's a sign of weakness, but it's not. It's helping yourself. You know, I've had times when I almost wanted to end my life because I was so depressed about the world and stuff like that, about things that happened in my life. But then what continued to make me remind me about that it's not a great idea. And no, it's not because I'm a Christian, because my family go to hell and stuff like that. No, it's more about of the people around me, the people who care about me, like my wife, my son, my mother, my brother, and even my friends. And I know there are people out there that may think to themselves that the world is better off without me, but how would you know that? And if you do kill yourself, you're not going to know because you're dead. How would you know if the world's better off without you? Yes, the world's going to go on without you, but how do you know it's going to be better off? And that also reminds me of a movie, It's a Wonderful Life, where the main character realized that he was a major impact on a lot of people's lives. That if he never existed, these things could happen. And that's something that people need to think about before they commit suicide. I know it seems like it's hopeless, but there's no such thing as a hopeless. There's people out there who can help you. I even watched this video from Boogie, I forgot how you say his name. Excuse me. Boogie, I think it's 2988, I think. I just want to double check. Yeah, Boogie 2988. He told a story about the time when he actually tried to commit suicide, how much he was going through depression because of the life he was going through. And he sought out help when he realized that what he's doing was not smart. He sought out help and realized that his life was meaningful. You know, your lives are meaningful and has an impact on other people in some shape or form. Maybe it's not as big and impactful, but you do make an impact. You know, think about those things. And if you have a friend that you feel that there's something off about them, even though they may seem all chipper and stuff like that, try to reach out to that person and say, I think you're depressed. Do you want to talk about it? Rather than just saying, I'm just going to leave them alone. If they push you away, that's one thing. But if you really feel strongly that a person has deep depression, reach out and help that person. And for those who feel that there's no hope in their lives, reach out. Talk to a friend. Talk to a family member, your loved ones. Even there are hotlines out there and programs. You know? But I hope that with this, there's a lesson behind it. You know? That we need to actually open up. We can't deal with depression on our own. There is nothing wrong in trying to get help. It's not a sign of weakness, people. Well, that's all I have to say. To the Carmical family, I just want to give my condolences to them. To all of his friends, same thing. And to Justin Carmical, rest in peace. I wish I had the chance to know more about you with your career and stuff like that. And I know it's not too late. You know, I can always see your videos and stuff. I wish I kind of appreciate you when you were alive. So, this is Dreamer. Take care.